Moving on to part 4, this is where you can do some more work with geodatabases in terms of defining the attribute domain, which is basically a way of limiting the options of how different features could be populated with different fields or types of names or data types and things. So please read through this opening section about what this means and why we'd be interested in doing it. And basically, we're going to now do a little bit more work in Arc Catalog. So go back to Arc Catalog and again, think about why we're doing this. And we're going to go back to Lab 1, so you just sort of follow along here. So Lab 1, right-click, and then New. We want a new feature class. And we're going to, let me bring this down so you can see. We're going to call this guy Roads. And we want to make this a line feature, because roads are lines. And then we're going to hit Next. The coordinate system we want, we can actually import this from another one that already exists in our area. So within the same geodatabase, we're just going to take the one from cities. So this is what cities was, and so we want this to match what cities is. So we just imported, that's how we did that. And then we're going to hit Next. And then we're going to hit Next. This is all okay. And then we're going to say Next. Okay, don't hit Finish yet because we want to do some additional things. We want to add in some additional fields here. So below Shape, we want to have a new one. And we're going to sort of type in here. We're going to call this guy Road Class. And we want this to be text. That's the data type. Okay, now we can finish this guy. Great, and we just created this new feature and it just populated right here. So it's very exciting. But now we also need to define the domain, and this is where we are able to sort of constrict what types of things can fit within Road. So if we go here to Lab 1 Geodatabase, and we go to Properties, and we select the domain. Let me bring this down so we can see it. We select the Domains tab. This is where we want to sort of work with this one. And under this guy, under domain name, we are going to type something here. We're going to type Road Class. In the first empty row. And description, this will be, class or type of road, of built road. Great. And then we want to make sure the field type setting matches what we set for the road class field that we added. And so in the middle domain properties, so down here, right, you select long integer, and actually we don't want it to be long, we actually want it to be text, because that's what we put when we created this guy over here, our roads guy. And then this coded guy down here, and sorry, let me scroll up so you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? But you have this sheet, so you can sort of work on this. So here, in the coded values down here, in this first empty cell under code, we're going to type in C1, right? And so that's going to be major highway. So these are the different options, right? So this is C2, and so this is going to be a state road. And this is C3, and this is going to be a dirt road. And you could add additional ones if you wanted to, but that's fine. All right, so then we're going to say, okay. And so we've now sort of created an attribute domain, and now we need to apply it to this road class feature of the roads feature class that we've generated here. So we're gonna right click on roads, and again, you guys can sort of follow along here. I'm just sort of So here, and then if we go to properties, right? So here we are, roads and properties. On the feature class properties dialog box. So that's where we are right here. Click on the fields tab, which is this one. And then in the field name column, click on road class. And then we see its different properties down here. And in the field properties frame, click on the empty cell next to domain. Oh, and now we have an option here. We have this road class option, right? That's very exciting. And under default value, we're going to say C2. Okay, and then we're going to say OK. And so what we've just done here is we've defined some things. So now if we want to draw new roads in our ArcMap guy, it will be defined with these, by default, C2 road, which I think stands for like a state road. And we can create our own roads if we go into ArcMap. So we're here in ArcMap, and we want to we're gonna digitize a road that doesn't exist. We're gonna create new data out of nothing, and hopefully data that we create actually would be meaningful. But in this case, you're just gonna draw a road that will just cut through however you want it to do. So we're gonna add in our roads layer that we've created. There it is. All right, it's empty, right? Nothing has happened here. No, there's nothing that's changed here. But we want to actually digitize a new road on this map. It doesn't have to be a good road. And to do that, we want to have our editor toolbar available. So if we go to toolbars and editor, so mine's already here someplace, and hopefully I can find it. Okay, my editor toolbar, I've got multiple monitors in my setup, so my toolbar was actually on another monitor, so I'm swinging it over right now. So here's the editor toolbar that I need to digitize a road. So I'm going to start editing, and okay, great. So I'm starting to edit, and I want to edit the roads guy, and I want to make a line. I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger so we can see some things. Line, great. And so now I can digitize a road. This is going to be the worst highway that's ever been built in Arizona. What a terrible looking highway this is. But you know, federal dollars or state dollars, I guess. Okay, so we've digitized a road. It's terrible, and we're going to stop editing. I want to save edits, and here's my road that I've made. I'm going to make it nice and red looking. There it is. I should be fired by the Department of Transportation. But what if we open the attribute table of this road? Oh, great! It's a state road. It's this long. That's probably in kilometers. You know, this is the road class that we're dealing with. Very exciting. And so I ask you to open this attribute table of the road that you collect or create, and then insert it. And I'd like to see your road as well, but mostly the attribute table, and go from there. Okay, great.